You are welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's lesson will be on drainage of Nigeria. We are going to be discussing extensively on drainage of Nigeria. Let's start with the definition of drainage. Drainage refers to water bodies like rivers, lakes. So when you see rivers or lakes, they are referred to as what? Drainage. Now, Nigeria is drained by two major rivers, and they are River Niger and River Benue. This is River Niger and this is River Benue. River Niger is the longest river in Nigeria and the third longest river in Africa. Its distance is 4,180 kilometers. River Niger and River Benue met at a place called confluence. So the meeting point of two rivers is called confluence, and the state where you have two rivers meeting is called confluence town. The confluence town of Nigeria is Kogi. That's here, Kogi state. So the confluence town of Nigeria, or confluence state of Nigeria, is what? Kogi state. And don't forget that I said that where two rivers meet is called a confluence. River Niger has tributaries. Tributaries are branches of rivers that join the main rivers. The first tributary, okay, we have to draw this highland so that it will help us with the rivers. I intentionally drew the map before the class so it won't take time. You remember, this is not Central Highland, this is Western Upland, this is Eastern Scrapland, and here we have Eastern Highlands. This one is Bew. We are not discussing a highland now, but just know them. This is Bew, followed by Mandara, Atlantica, Shepshi, Adamawa. This place here is where we have Mambila Plateau. Mambila Plateau. And it is the highest plateau in Nigeria. Okay, let's continue with our topic. The tributary of River Niger is River Sokoto. Don't forget that these rivers get their source from where? North Central Highland. River Sokoto. This is River Zamfara. River Zamfara. And another tributary of River Niger is River Kaduna. River Kaduna. This is another river tributary of River Niger. Now let's talk about the tributaries of River Benue. The first tributary of River Benue is Katsina Allah. Katsina Allah is one tributary of River Benue. Another tributary of River Benue is River Donga. River Donga, followed by River Taraba. After River Taraba, you have River Gongola. River Gongola. So these are the tributaries of River Benue, and these are the tributaries of River Niger. Let's talk about the rivers that get their source from each of the highlands. This is Western Upland. Don't forget, right? So the first river I have here is River Ogun. River Ogun. There's River Oshun. River Oshun. There's River Ose. River Ose. These are the major rivers. I'm not saying that they are all the rivers now in this. They are the major rivers that get their source from western upland, and they flow into Atlantic Ocean. This river, River Niger and River Benue, they meet together at Kogi and they flow into Atlantic Ocean. But this one, River Sokoto, gets its source from North Central Highland and flow into River Niger. Now let's talk about this one, which is Eastern Scrapland. The river that gets their source from this Eastern Scrapland, they are what? River Anambra, followed by River Imo, and then Cross River. These are the rivers that get their source from Eastern Scrapland. Now let's talk about Eastern Highlands. The rivers that get their source from Eastern Highland, they are Yetseram, Goma. Now these rivers get their source from Eastern Highland and flow into Lake Chad. Then we have another river like that gets their source from this North Central Highland, like River Hadejia. River Hadejia. I have River Hadejia, River Yobe, and River Ghana. If you look at these rivers at the North Central Highland, they are flowing out. So the drainage pattern of this river is radial because their rivers are doing what? Flowing outside the highland, thereby giving it the shape of a ray. That's ray of the sun. We are done with the explanation of rivers. Let's talk about the river basins in Nigeria. River basins generally means an area that drains rivers and its tributaries. In simple terms, an area that collects water to itself. And there are 5 major river basins in Nigeria. But because I don't want this map to be clustered, I will not be located, I will just be pointing them. Here we have Niger Basin, we have Benue Basin, we have Chad Basin, South Atlantic Basin, then Cross River Basin. These are the 5 basins that we have in Nigeria. Don't forget that I said basins are generally that area that collects rivers and its tributaries. Next thing we talk about here is lakes. Lakes in Nigeria. First of all, lakes refers to body of water that is surrounded by land. So body of water surrounded by land is called what? Lakes. There are 2 types of lakes in Nigeria: natural lake and artificial lake. The natural lake of Nigeria is one, and that is Lake Chad. Lake Chad. This is the only natural lake that is in Nigeria. Nigeria has 2 artificial lakes. The first one is on Kainji Dam. If you are locating it in any exam, you put it like a circle like this and do it like this. This is the only way they will accept it that it is a dam. You have to make it like a circle and then put this stroke sign. What it means is that it is a dam. So this is Kainji Dam. The next artificial lake of Nigeria is Lake Shiroro, and this lake is found on River Kaduna, while Lake Kainji is found where? On River Niger. Did you get that now? Those are the 2 artificial lakes that are found in Nigeria. Don't forget that lakes are 2, natural lakes and artificial lakes, and Nigeria has just 1 natural lake called Lake Chad and 2 artificial lakes. That's Lake Shiroro on River Kaduna. Let me write it. Lake Shiroro on River Kaduna, and Lake Kainji on River Niger. The next thing we'll talk about is the characteristics of Nigerian rivers. Most times they ask this in external exams to list characteristics of Nigerian rivers. Don't just bullet your points. When you pick up any point, you have to develop that point and give example. So the first characteristics of Nigerian rivers is the fact that the volume changes with season. What it means here is that during rainy season, the volume of Nigerian rivers does what? It rises. But during dry season, the volume does what? It decreases because the rain is not adding to it. There is presence of debris like dead woods, leaves, mud on the surface of Nigerian rivers. The color of Nigerian rivers changes with season. During rainy season, the rain scatters the materials inside the water, thereby giving it muddy color. But during dry season, you will notice that the rivers is clear. Another characteristics is the fact that courses of Nigerian rivers is short. That's the distance of most Nigerian rivers is short. Aside from River Niger and River Benue, other rivers, they are short. Look at River Ogun, Osun, Ose, Sokoto, Zamfara. They are all short. They are not as long as River Niger and River Benue. There is presence of rapids and cataracts in Nigerian rivers. What this means is that there are rocks in Nigerian rivers that disturbs inland navigation. Importance of Nigerian rivers. If you see this in WAEC or any external examination, please do not just list and forget about it. You have to list, develop your point, and give example. That is the only way you can earn full marks. The first importance of Nigerian rivers is that it can be used for domestic purposes like washing, cooking, bathing. Two, Nigerian rivers can be used for industrial purposes like washing, diluting, mixing. Nigerian rivers can be used as means of transportation, as people can move from one place to another. Nigerian rivers serve as source of employment such as fishing and providing jobs to those into boat and canoe making. Nigerian river can serve as source of food. If you look at Nigerian rivers, you will see prawn, crayfish, crab. They are all food that can be eaten. It can also serve as source of protein, because you can get protein from fish, you can get protein from crabs. Another importance of Nigerian rivers is that it can be used to generate hydroelectric power. Example is Kainji Dam. Kainji Dam is used to generate electricity that is used in Nigeria. Another importance of this Nigerian rivers is that it can be used as irrigation agriculture, where water can be taken from these rivers to farmland. You have watched up to this point. Like, comment and subscribe. Also share this video because there are many people out there who will need this for their exam and also to be informed about the rivers of Nigeria. Bye.